Hello friends, I'm George, the nice smelling gentleman. It's time for my monthly top shelf video, or in other words, in this video I'm going to show you the fragrances that saw the most usage out of me in the past month, and also the fragrances that bought me the most compliments in the past month. And I'm going to start with a fragrance from the house of Afnan, the Afnan Turati Blue. Now apparently this is a clone of Bulgari's Tiger. I'll be honest with you, I've never smelled Bulgari's Tiger, so I don't know how Bulgari Tiger smells and how close this actually is to Bulgari Tiger. What I can tell you about this fragrance is that it has a very nice citrusy opening. There's a very nice grapefruit note here in the opening, and then on the dry down you get a nice sweetness from an amber note. So there's some musk, some patchouli, and some spices. Really nice fragrance. Also, this fragrance sort of brings a Bleu de Chanel vibe to it. Although this is not really close to Bleu de Chanel, it will still sort of still carries some of that DNA. The more I've been using the Turati Blue, the more I've been enjoying this one. Also, the more I've been impressed with its performance. The performance is really nice. I get 9 to 10 hours on my skin with pretty strong projection in the first 2 to 3 hours. Another blue fragrance that was heavily involved in my fragrance rotation in the month of April was the Armaf Club de Nuit Iconic. Now this was one of the newest additions to my collection, and I've said this in my full review of this fragrance as well, but I've been really impressed by this fragrance. Now, people say that claim that this is a clone of Bleu de Chanel EDT or EDP. I wouldn't say that. I would say more this is a fragrance that was inspired by Bleu de Chanel, the Bleu de Chanel fragrance line. In the opening, this smells like maybe 60 to 70% close to Bleu de Chanel. It's not as fresh, and the grapefruit note in here is not as good and sort of juicy and fresh as the one in Bleu de Chanel EDP. But on the dry down you get closer, maybe up to like 85-90% to Bleu de Chanel. You get that vibe. This is it dries down to that woody, sweet, ambery, slightly smoky dry down like Bleu de Chanel EDP. The Bleu de Chanel EDP is of course of higher quality. It's on the dry down smells a bit more sort of a creamy vibe, has a bit more sort of a creamy vibe to it. But our Armaf Club de Nuit Iconic nonetheless is a great fragrance. And the last blue fragrance that saw a lot of usage in April was the Evoke Midnight Edition from the house of Atma. A stunning looking bottle. I really like the way that this bottle looks, and the more I wear this fragrance, the more impressed I'm by it. Now this, unlike the first two that I showed you, is not a clone or inspired by anything fragrance, at least anything that I've tried. It's a nice fruity up top with a nice spicy note in the opening, then dries down to a sort of a powdery tonka bean sweetness with some patchouli. Also a very nice violet note in here, very unique blue type of scent, and also it's a fantastic performing fragrance. Now the more I wear this, the more I am impressed, not only by the scent profile but by the performance as well. I get easily 9 to 10 hours on my skin with pretty solid projection in the first 2 to 3 hours. Another fragrance that was heavily involved in my daily rotation in April was the none other than Afnan 9 PM. Now this is another fragrance that the more I wear, the more I get I start to like it, and actually I'm starting to become a bit addicted to this scent. And in fact, just today I ordered a backup bottle because I'm starting to put a little bit of a dent into my original bottle. You know, a very high quality clone of Ultra Mole with a slightly different opening compared to Ultra Mole. Instead of that pure note, you get an apple note in here. And the last fragrance that was heavily involved in my daily rotation in April was Essential Parfums Boa Imperial. One of my newest discoveries for this year, and one of my best discoveries of this year so far. Very unique fragrance. It pretty much totally blew me away. I've been talking quite a lot about this fragrance, but it's simply that's how much it has impressed me. It's woody, it's fresh, it's sort of a floral at the same time, slightly sweet, slightly earthy, very unique scent profile, very versatile fragrance. It can really be used as a signature type of scent because it will work all year round for any type of occasion, any time of the day, you know, or the night, it doesn't matter. And also has a fantastic performance. I easily get over 12 hours out of this one on my skin without any problem, with a pretty strong projection in the first 2 to 3 hours as well. And the price tag for a niche fragrance is also fantastic. All of the fragrances in the Essential Perfume line cost the same, about $78. And the last honorable mention in this video is going to be my go-to scent for the sort of few occasions, special occasions that I had in April, and that was the Prada L'Homme Intense. What can I say about this fragrance? I absolutely love this one. You know, the clean soapy iris mixed with a nice amount of amber, patchouli, a violet note, tonka bean leather, sandalwood. Such a fantastic and classy scent, you know, gentlemanly scent. I really love this one. It really performs on my skin as well. I get 9 to 10 hours out of it with pretty moderate projection the first 2 to 3 hours. I'm really saving this one up for special occasions, and that was my special occasion scent in April, the Prada L'Homme Intense. And at the end of the video, I just wanna quickly talk about my most complimented scents. They were the Atma 9 p.m. I'm gonna tell you a quick story about this one. One day I was pretty much the whole day out. I had to take care of a few things, personal business. I had to renew the insurance on my car, buy new tires for my car, and that day I was wearing Atma 9 p.m. I went a bit overboard with the number of sprays, probably used about 7 or 8 sprays, and considering how strong this is, you know, I made impression on a lot of people that I met that day, and pretty much everybody was asking me what I'm wearing and why I'm smelling so good. So that day I picked up a lot of compliments wearing the Afna 9 p.m. Another fragrance that has gotten me a lot of compliments in April was the Club de Nuit Iconic. Again, because of the scent profile, because it's quite close to Bleu de Chanel EDP, that classy type of blue scent profile, it will get you a lot of compliments, and Club de Nuit Iconic has certainly done that for me in the month of April. And the last fragrance that I'm going to mention in the most complimented section of this video is going to be the Boa Imperial. Now, this one surprised me. The amount of compliments that I was getting when wearing this one really surprised me, because when I first sniffed this fragrance, you know, off the cap itself, and I sprayed it a few times, I liked it, but I didn't think that it will get me a lot of compliments. But as it turns out, pretty much every time I wear this one, especially I've worn this one going to my office, and what can I tell you, it makes a lot of good impressions on people, and I get a lot of compliments from Boa Imperial. So guys, that was all for this video. I hope that you found this video interesting. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, stay safe, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye bye.